You know the feeling, right? The waiter's making their way over, your friends have all decided, and you're still staring at the menu like it's written in a different language. Well, today we're going to get into the psychology of menu indecision and find out why that slow choice might actually be a sign of something incredible going on in your head.
Yeah, we usually just call this being indecisive, don't we? But what if I told you it's the complete opposite? This quote just flips that whole idea on its head. It suggests that taking your time isn't some kind of weakness. It's actually a deep search for a choice that feels genuinely, authentically you.
Because for some of us, it really does. It's that pressure cooker moment. The waiter's getting closer, the clock is ticking, and a list of pasta dishes suddenly feels like the most important test you're going to take all week. And if this sounds even remotely familiar, you're about to find out why that so-called slow choice is secretly your superpower.
All right, so let's break this down. First up, the classic menu stare down. This is really where the whole misunderstanding starts.
This right here captures it perfectly. On the surface, you look totally fine, calm, maybe a little focused. But on the inside, oh, it is a whole different ball game. You are paddling like a duck on water, frantically trying to steer clear of making a choice you'll regret for like the next hour. And this is what that looks like in practice. You're not just scanning for something tasty, you're practically a detective. Every single ingredient gets scrutinized, every description gets analyzed. You're examining evidence, trying to uncover that one perfect option that's hidden somewhere in the text.
So, what is actually happening in your head during all this? This brings us to the internal battle, which is really fueled by the intense pressure of the choice itself.
This all comes down to a really key psychological idea: decision paralysis. And I absolutely love this second part here. This isn't about being careless or lazy. It's the total opposite. It's because you care so much that your brain just gets stuck, trying to run a simulation for every possible outcome to find the absolute perfect one.
And get this, while all that chaos is swirling around inside, your brain is pulling double duty. It's doing something called surface acting. Basically, it's working overtime to project this image of, yeah, I'm cool, I got this, all to dodge that social anxiety of being judged for taking too long or, God forbid, making a bad choice.
But now we get to the real heart of it. There's a much deeper truth behind why your brain refuses to be rushed. And trust me, it goes way beyond just overthinking.
A lot of the time, this kind of behavior points to what's known as a highly sensitive nervous system. And let's be super clear here, this is not a disorder. It's a biological trait. It just means your brain is literally wired to process information and everything around you way more deeply than the average person.
So what does that actually feel like in the moment? Well, while other people might be able to filter out all the noise, a highly sensitive brain is like a super absorbent sponge. It is soaking up everything: the smell coming from the kitchen, the subtle pressure from the waiter, even the unspoken expectations from your friends. All of this becomes data that just has to be processed before you can possibly land on a choice. Okay, so now that we get the why behind it, let's completely flip the script on this. What if this whole thing isn't a problem that needs to be fixed? What if it's actually a hidden superpower?
See, a lot of people might make a quick choice just to, fit in or to get the decision over with. But your goal, it's totally different. You aren't looking for external validation. You're hunting for that internal satisfaction. You need the choice to feel right on a deeper level, totally free from what anyone else thinks.
And think about it this way. The world we live in is all about faster, faster, faster. It's loud, it's digital, it's always demanding your attention. In that kind of world, a slow, deliberate decision isn't a flaw. No way. It's like a quiet act of rebellion. It's a way to force yourself to be grounded and actually present in the moment.
So, if you've ever felt that little pang of guilt for making the table wait, I want you to ask yourself this question. Are you really being slow? Or are you maybe the only person in the room who's taking the time to actually listen to the environment, to your friends, and most importantly, to yourself before you make a choice? And this all brings us to our final, and I think most powerful takeaway. It's all about finding the power in your own process.
Because in a world that is constantly screaming faster, the real power, the ultimate power, is having the courage to just slow down. It's about honoring how your brain works and making a choice that is thoughtful, authentic, and truly yours. So remember this. The next time you find yourself staring down that menu, know that you're not just deciding between the chicken or the fish. You are taking a quiet, deliberate moment to protect your own peace. And that, well, that is a choice worth taking your time on.